So thousands of people are sent from Europe to be indentured servants, horrific death toll. And then they also start to bring Africans who are gradually over a 30-year period forced into this chattel slavery, this horrific chattel slavery, and working these lands and working the lands to the point of exhaustion until they just abandon them and move on. These lands that are taken from the Powhatan people and that destroy their civilization. I think is the process that we have to go through now of reconnecting ourselves to the ground. Obviously, we have so injured the ground that we stand on, and reconnecting ourselves to each other. And so it is in the spirit of collective recovery that we got together with many, many people and started this project, 400 Years of Inequality, to call people to observance.
The timeline is actually the first resource that we created in the 400 Years of Inequality initiative, and it tracks the history of 4 through lines, narratives through the United States history: the history of working people and immigrants, the history of Black people from Africa, the history of women, and the history of Indigenous people in the United States.
And you'll see these kind of big themes are the ones in red, and that kind of is statements or quotes or things that have kind of pulled out in these very specific moments, which is a nice way to tie the whole thing together because it can be very overwhelming. But at the same time, I think the overwhelming nature of it is part of its power, is that you look at this and you're like, oh my God, there's this huge expanse of history right there. And it impacts every single one of us in different ways.